Donc, bonjour et bienvenue sur notre chaîne Diaspora Connexion. Donc aujourd'hui, nous avons une émission spéciale sur l'héritage Congo en Jamaïque. Donc après avoir fait l'héritage Congo en Guadeloupe, Martinique, nous allons faire l'héritage Congo, parler un petit peu de l'héritage, tous les liens qu'il peut y avoir entre la Jamaïque et l'Afrique centrale bantou. Est-ce que tu peux traduire rapidement, Esther?
Yeah, welcome to this meeting. It's more about Jamaica and Africa and Congo, launched by Diaspora Connection.
Connection, okay, exactly. Okay. Donc normalement, on devait avoir un invité spécial, mais il est en retard. Ok.
J'arrête mon téléphone. Normally, we should have a special guest, but he's late.
Okay. Donc we have to wait here, but I want to salute Mrs. B.G. Perth. Hi.
I would like to say hi to Mrs. B.G. Perth.
Okay.
Hi.
Je salue Lord. Je ne sais pas s'il parle français ou anglais.
I say hi to Lord. Hello. I don't know if he's speaking he speaks French or English.
Okay. Sharon Red, Corey.
Sharon also. Hi. Hello.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ça va
Gaius
tout le monde?
Rocas et Nigel
Okay.
Perth.
And Nigel Perth. Hi. Hello.
Ok. Merci beaucoup. Ok. En attendant notre invité, qui n'est pas encore là, ok.
Waiting for our guest, our special guest.
Ok. Je voulais savoir combien de Jamaïcains en dehors de Mrs. B.G. Pearl sont là, sont présents.
I would like to know how many Jamaican brothers are attending this meeting, except Mrs. B.G. Perth.
Je suis de Jamaïque.
Okay, Sharon is on the floor.
Yes, Sharon is from Jamaica originally.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Nigel lives in Jamaica, and it is Pierre.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Pierre. Thank you. Thank you for correcting
me.
I'm Esther.
It's one of the first things you learn as a child. Pierre. You gotta let it roll.
Pierre.
Okay. Do you live in Jamaica or United States or in London?
Nigel,
where do you live?
Nigel?
Yeah, Mr. Pierre.
Pierre, yes, yeah. I live in Jamaica. I live in Spanish Town.
Oh,
Spanish Town, Jamaica.
Thank you. Spanish
J'ai
Town.
pas bien compris.
Spanish Town.
Yes. Yes. That's another one apart from Kingston. I know everybody knows Kingston.
Yeah.
Je sais que tout le monde connaît Kingston, mais ça c'est notre capitale originelle, comme dirait Madame Peart.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Okay, and Reed, do you live in Jamaica or London or United States?
Les États-Unis maintenant.
Ok, vous parlez bien français.
Ah, merci.
Thank you. Okay.
Sharon, you show me up, bud.
No, sir, I'm not show you up.
No, I had
beg your pardon.
I had 1 year of French at St. Jago. No, 2 years. St. Jago, but when I returned to school in New York, French wasn't available.
Ah, ok. Elle a étudié le français pendant 2 années à son ancienne école et quand elle est repartie à New York, le français n'était pas disponible.
Ok, thank you.
Et pour moi, la famille de ma père est au Canada. C'est pourquoi je parle.
Ok.
Ok, je sais pas avec mon micro parce que ça a sauté, j'ai pas compris la famille de ça.
My father's family is in Canada.
Ah, le père, ok. La famille de votre père vit au Canada, d'accord.
Oui.
Awesome.
Très bien.
Ok.
Wow.
Okay.
Et où au Canada?
Oh là là.
Au Québec, sûrement.
Ottawa, Québec, Montréal.
OK.
et Toronto.
Oh, très bien.
OK. Nous allons commencer. On avait un programme, mais finalement, on va le faire d'une autre manière. Donc, we have to know, we want to talk about the Congo legacy in Jamaica, mostly in St. Thomas Parish, southeastern of Jamaica. Donc, nous voulons parler de l'héritage Congo, surtout qui est connu dans le sud-est de la Jamaïque. But we know also that there is a Congo legacy in the north of Jamaica, in Wakefield, in Congo Town. Donc, nous savons aussi qu'il y a un héritage dans le nord de la Jamaïque, Congo Town. Et on voudrait, we want maybe one of Jamaican here, if he knows the Congo Town story, or if he knows the Tambu tradition.
Yes, yes, I am from Trelawney, and I heard of Congo Town. My mother lives near the area. She lived.
Ok. Tu entends, Esther? Pour traduire?
My mother lived near the area.
En fait, il y a un bruit de fond et je ne sais pas si je suis la seule à l'écouter.
Peut-être, ouais, ok.
Bon, maintenant ça va. Yes.
Sharon, you help my accent my throw off Esther. But my mother my mother
yes, he's
lived
saying that his mom used to live in the
and,
area and he's aware of the Congo there.
And the dance, right, and the dance they do is known as tambo.
He also says there's a dance that they do there in that area called tambo.
Ok, donc la première dame au début, donc Madame Peart, disait que elle connaît très bien. Oui, Madame Peart disait que...
No, that was Nigel.
Oui, Monsieur Nigel.
Yeah.
My mother.
Ok, sa maman, voilà, vivait avant à Tambo.
Congo Town,
oui.
Right. Congo Town, and Congo Town do a dance known as Tambo.
Il y a une danse qui s'appelle le Tambo. Ok.
Yes. And there, I don't think it's only Wakefield and St. Thomas. I think there might be some in St. Mary and the Mayal. Mayal is very strong African.
Ok, Mayal apparemment est beaucoup plus, on va pas dire forte en Afrique, mais il y a un plus grand héritage en fait africain dans cette ville. Je pense que ce sont des lieux, je ne sais pas si je prononce bien, c'est Maya que j'entends.
Ok. En fait, le Mayal, c'est une tradition africaine qui est pratiquée. It's a African tradition practiced in the region of Wakefield.
No, region of St. Mary.
St. Mary,
St. Mary, that's another parish, and it is in the north of Jamaica.
Oh,
St. Thomas is in the east.
Ok, donc c'est à Sudbury qui se trouve dans le nord de la Jamaïque que le mayal est très pratiqué. C'est possible qu'on écrive les noms propres là, genre Mayal, Sudbury dans le chat, s'il te plaît. Merci.
Okay. And as I know, de ce que je sais, after the abolition of slavery, maybe there's Congo's Maroon founded Congo Town. I don't know if it's right or false. Donc, après l'abolition de l'esclavage, il y avait des Africains originaires du Congo dans le nord qui se sont réunis et qui ont créé la ville du Congo, Congo Town, dans le nord pour préserver les traditions Congo. Voilà.
Okay. He heard about after slavery. Okay, but it was during slavery when it comes to Maroon. which are normally slaves that are escaped.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa. There's a lot of mixture going on. There's a lot of mixture going on here. Kumina, when you look at the body of Kumina, remember the Congo came, is a mixture of how the Congo came, but many came indentured. They came after slavery. So to the east, that's why they look at Kumina as Jamaica's indigenous music. It did not come from the effects of slavery. It came from the amalgamation of Maroons after slavery was over, the indentured,
Voilà.
Bakongo and Akan. That's why you have that full mixture with the Kikongo and the Kremanti language. It's in that full East region, St. Thomas, Portland, St. Mary. When within those regions, you will find a Charlestown Maroon community, which there you will find a blending of Maroon rhythms with Kumina function, one of the one places where you find where it tear up real good, and then edge up into St. Mary. Now in a St. Thomas, it's hard. It's sweet. I can't remember all the names, but I have them in one of the videos. There's 4 roads to Kumina. None are all the same. Some are very fluent in how strict they are to original Congo rhythms and words and verses. Then you have more of, say, of country style, because they had to adapt like with anything else. If you're going, because I'm sorry, I'll just get a point.
Mrs. PG.
Yeah,
we try
you.
to translate you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, just a little to explain things clearly, okay?
Yes.
Because it was a mixture, okay? For us, we need just to understand that Maroon was when it was slavery, okay? But the Kumina is about the Congo people who came after slavery.
Yeah.
It's a combo. Okay. That's why it's Jamaica's indigenous music made from and derived of. When you hear Ambassador Grange speak about it, that's why they're looking for UNESCO accreditation this year. It is born from Jamaica, of those who were there, but not derived from slavery.
Okay. On peut traduire si tu peux.
Oui, c'est vraiment, en fait, là maintenant on a bien compris, hein, les marrons c'est vraiment par rapport aux esclaves durant donc la période de l'esclavage, et le Kumina c'est vraiment avec les Congos, la dernière, on va dire, population de Congo qui arrivait après l'abolition de l'esclavage, et c'est vraiment eux-là qui ont dû se mélanger avec les autres et créer une sorte d'adaptation en fait. C'est donc tout cela qui va faire le Kumina. C'est pour cela que c'est influencé, on va dire, la musique indigène. Je ne sais pas si le terme est approprié.
C'est ça.
OK, ben, comme en français, c'est péjoratif. Du coup, je ne sais pas comment dire. Donc, la musique va être très fortement impactée par cette arrivée-là on va dire, cette musique originelle ou dite indigène là, avec les derniers Congos qui sont arrivés. Donc, Mrs. Peart, was explaining the area, just to make clear which part was most was the most impacted by the last.
Indentured.
Yes.
Indentured. OK. Donc, en fait, pour expliquer un peu en français le parallèle, au 19e siècle, il y a eu, malheureusement, c'était le siècle le plus dévastateur pour l'Afrique et en particulier pour le Congo, puisque au 19e siècle, c'est là où justement on a eu les Congos de la Martinique et de la Guadeloupe. On a eu aussi les Congos de la Jamaïque. Il y en a eu aussi en Trinidad et Tobago. Il y a eu énormément de Congos qui ont été déportés un peu partout au Brésil, à Cuba et dans les Caraïbes, et qui ont su garder leur tradition. Donc, en fait, I am explaining that in 19th century was very difficult for Africa and for the slavery because it was the illegal slave trade. But from Congo and Angola, there were a lot of Africans deported, in Jamaica, in French West Indies, Guadeloupe, Martinique, Trinidad and Tobago, Brazil, Cuba. And a lot of them kept Congo culture. Yes, because it's very, very alive because it's 19th century. Like in French West Indies, in Guadeloupe, Martinique, we can see a lot of Congo culture. Okay, voilà.
They kept the name even. They
Yeah.
kept the original name. And because, yes, it's really, I mean, it's not really far from us, just a century and a half. Like,
that's it.
Okay. So they kept their name, they kept their history, which is still vibrant. And it's really what I saw about documentary from a family, Congolese family in Martinique. Apparently, they still have even the history, the languages that they use into the secret, let's say, secret religion or secret family religion. They kept the cult even.
That's why I said, because in Cuba you would have when you listen, when you work the rhythm, when you look at the colors, when you look at the movements, the candles and the work begins, it's all the same as Palomayombe and Palomonte, the other side of Ocho life. You know, the above, you know, so above, so below. You have Santere and Yoruba, and you have Egun work. You know, Palomayombe and Palomonte, and it's what when I heard rhythms. Because I'd be in New York and I'm in a room, I'm in a tambon, and when you look around, it's everyone at that point, language disappears and it's all the rhythm. And then you get to Jamaica and you go to the East and it's the rhythm. You're like, wait a second, it's all one.
Okay.
That was the epiphany. That was the amazing part. It's all one. And then it felt good.
Ok, je peux traduire. En fait, elle dit qu'elle fait la comparaison entre les rythmes de Congo, de Jamaïque, avec les rythmes qu'on trouve à Cuba, dans le Palo Mayombe, dans le Palo Monte Mayombe, qui sont les traditions congolaises de Cuba, où on retrouve des rythmes qui sont vraiment similaires. C'est une religion et ils ont aussi gardé des rythmes, des danses qui ont énormément de liens avec le Kumina. Voilà.
Congolais avec K.
Oui, Congolais avec K. Si tu as une question, Ok. Je voulais partager, je vais partager quelque chose sur le tambour rapidement. Pour attendez.
Is there a difference in the sound of? Do you have any sample of the sound of tambo and kumina in your back home?
In Congo?
Il demande, oui, est-ce que tu as l'équivalent encore aujourd'hui? Est-ce que tu retrouves cela encore aujourd'hui au Congo?
Oui, bien sûr, mais there's many dance. There's many dance, couple dance in the Bantu area, in Congo area. Yes, there's many dance. But the name is not Kumina. The name is not Kumina, okay? I don't know the meaning.
Est-ce qu'il y en a une spécialement qui peut se rapprocher le plus? Is there one which is really near to the Kumina or what we can see in Cuba?
Yeah, all the couple dance, le wara, comme on dit le wara de la danse, all the Bakongo dance is one man with one woman. You know, the couple dance. Donc there's many style of dance, a couple dance in the Bakongo culture.
Do you have an example, like with the sound, for example? Can we just have the same notes or something, you know?
Rolling of the drums and stuff like that. Yeah.
Faudrait que je regarde.
I've heard sounds from Namibia area, and it just sounds like our Kumina. You know, that rolling of the drum. I've heard sounds, and a friend of mine, we were like, that sounds like our sound too.
I'm really curious. Can you just post the link? Where
No,
did
it
you
was just
listen?
it was just a one-off. It was just a one-off from I was just listening to some documentary, but I didn't store it. I didn't save it.
Okay.
But it was.
Can you just repeat where did you listen to that, please? Where was it?
From
Was it from?
the Namibia area.
Oh, Namibia, but it's not far from Congo even.
That's what I'm saying, you know.
Okay,
But
il a
when I
écouté.
listened to it,
Okay.
you heard the rolling of
je vais
the drum.
je vais partager 2 minutes. I'm going to share something about the Dingy Mini.
Oh,
Dingy
okay.
Mini, okay? Just hold on a second.
No, you do call it Dinky Mini too? Okay.
No, mais as I know, alors Papa Mpanzu.
Ah,
Non?
rapidement, on spot, WhatsApp.
Tu m'entends? Eux,
Ouais, très
en
bien.
fait, ils ont une tradition de danse Congo qui s'appelle le Dingy Mini. Et ils font ça pendant les veillées mortuaires. Moi, quand je regardais dans Kikongo, Dingy Dingy, c'est minuit. C'est dans les veillées aussi qu'on utilise ce terme-là. Minuit en Kikongo pur, c'est minuit, c'est Dingy Dingy. Je ne sais pas si tu savais, comme toi, je sais que toi, tu parles le Kikongo de vraiment de Banza Congo.
And the interesting thing about those dances, and I missed out on part of it, but I had a piece. As part of your cultural experience in Jamaican schools, you get to learn these dances. It's not till later it kicks in, but it's all part of that cultural expression coming through school. There's some of the dances that are sort of germane to certain parishes. Again, what were the origins and who were originally there? But it's still part of the national view of what Jamaica looks like. That's why when there's certain dance videos coming across, you know, when people look at the evolvement of music and of the dance and of the basic measure, as all the musicians say, of the 1-2 order, it's a beautiful thing. Y'all gonna have to run the Google Translate under this.
Tu peux traduire un peu rapidement, Esther, ou pas? Ou non? Avant que je partage
oui,
mon
rapidement, rapidement, oui. Donc, elle dit comment c'est fascinant, comment c'est intéressant, en fait, de voir comment aujourd'hui encore il y a on peut tomber comme ça sur des musiques, des choses qui vont vraiment refléter effectivement ce qu'est encore aujourd'hui la Jamaïque, hein, c'est-à-dire ce côté-là, je vais dire vibrant, en fait, ce côté-là qui va vraiment refléter effectivement encore l'âme de la Jamaïque, ce qu'est vraiment le peuple jamaïcain.
D'accord. Je vais partager mon écran. Vous me dites si vous voyez. OK.
Dinky Mini is.
C'est bon mon écran?
Oui. Ah, voilà. On voit ton écran.
I think that's Tambo. That's Dinky Mini, yeah. Right.
Pourquoi tu es au ralenti, Michael? Tu as mis le mode ralenti ou quoi?
Non.
C'est la vidéo qui recharge, hein? D'accord, là, c'est mieux.
Il n'y a pas le son.
Il n'y a pas le son?
Non. Il faut que dans Zoom, tu puisses cliquer quelque part et
dire...
dire...
d'accord. OK. Le son n'était pas là. Il fallait que j'arrête. OK. Le son. Vous n'avez pas entendu? Il n'y avait pas du tout de son?
Non.
OK.
Non, pas du tout.
Je vais avancer parce que sincèrement, j'ai pas mal de problèmes techniques. Donc, je vais pas. Ça sera beaucoup mieux.
Okay, he's really sorry because there isn't any sounds coming out from the video. So he's apologizing. And tonight we have so many troubles, technical issues. So we are going. We go on.
Mais comme je disais tout à l'heure à Nigel Pearce,
Azatod, Niggerperts.
La plupart des danses bantoues, des danses Congo, ce sont des danses de couple.
Most of our Bantu Congolese dance are couple dances. We dance it with a partner.
Okay. Because I realize that the shaking of the hips is nothing sexual. It is just to say hello. I was at a maroon site, and then I realized, hey, there is nothing sexual about it. It is just to say hello. And so, you know, but as you say, okay, I'm now understanding more of this couple dancing. Is it fun? Because Kumina is more seen as religious. Dinky Mini is usually done at 9 nights. I don't know if you know what we call 9 nights. Wait, that's the other term, right?
Pour les veillées. C'est des veillées de 9 nuits.
Ok, ça je connais pas, mais je veux juste traduire. Donc, il disait, previously he said que les gens pensent que ce sont des danses sexuelles, mais non, pas du tout sexuelles. C'est juste pour dire bonjour. En fait, c'est juste normal. Ça, c'est pas très sexualisé. C'est pas comme ça que les gens vont regarder ça. C'est pas comme ça que eux, en fait, ils vont voir ça, voilà. Mais c'est correct, en fait, parce que bon, le Kumina, après, c'est plutôt religieux. Donc, c'est ce que si j'ai oublié quelque chose.
C'est ça, exactement. Tout à fait. Voilà.
Et l'autre danse, donc le Dinky Mini. Le Dinky Mini, c'est une danse de 9 veillées, c'est ça?
C'est ça.
OK.
Mais Dingy Dingy, d'après ce Dingy Dingy, c'est midnight.
Oh.
Ouais, midnight in Kikongo.
Okay, and it is done the same time here in Jamaica. That's when you do it, right? Okay. Wow.
OK. Donc, il y a Papa Mpanzu. Bon, comme j'ai des problèmes de son, je vais écrire un petit peu. Donc, si tu peux leur expliquer, Esther, que dans le Kumina, il y avait une reine, Queen Imogen. Je te laisse traduire.
D'accord. En anglais?
Papa, je peux interrompre un peu, s'il te plaît?
Oui.
Je suis en train de consulter moi je dis le premier dictionnaire de Kikongo en 1885. Hein?
Oui.
Comment, it is English, commotion. Pita pita, in Greek pitakana, then it says tembela, bracket noise indicating a commotion. Ndiki diki.
Il y a dingy dingy. Moi, c'est ça que j'ai vu.
Dingy dingy.
Voilà. Midnight.
OK.
Alors après, en linguistique, pour nous à l'académie, on l'enseigne aussi. Le K, le G, c'est la même chose pour nous les Bantous. C'est comme Ouganda et Okanda. C'est la même chose en fait. Ça se rapporte toujours au clan maternel ou à la cuisine ou au lieu des femmes. So, no, Papa Panzu was just drawing our attention about the right word from the dictionary from c'est quoi
1985
OK, oulala, c'est vieux en
from,
plus.
From Banza Congo.
Okay. From Banza Congo, yes.
English Kikongo English Dictionary by William Bentley and Jean Lemvo, yes, in Banza Congo.
Yes.
Congo Kingdom capital, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and that was just explaining that has into Bantu Academy. We teach people to know that in our languages, the K sounds and the J, there isn't any difference. Dinky dinky is dingy dingy. So it's okay. Yeah.
Hi, Ben. How you do?
Hello, how you doing, everyone? Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening,
Ben. Donc, bienvenue à Ben. Okay, we're waiting for you. Donc, we are with
the special guest.
Police and 3 or 4 Jamaican like you. Donc, Mrs. B.G. Perth, Ben is from London. Sharon Reed. Niger.
Yes, we have Niger. We had also Sharon, but she speaks French. So.
Okay.
Ben, si tu veux te présenter rapidement, juste rapidement en français ou en anglais, anyway.
En anglais?
Yeah, in English. Yeah, what it is, my father's from a community in Jamaica, in the parish of St. Thomas, where they still practice their Congo traditions. So generally, whenever there's a wedding or a marriage, a birth, a death, especially, they practice something called kumina. So kumina is a healing, restorative, African spiritual tradition that has survived the ravages of the slave trade and plantation slavery. It was really reinforced, from what I can understand, it was really reinforced with the indentured Congolese coming to Jamaica in the mid-1800s. And yeah, so we still have people there in the community that speak Kikongo. And they'll use words like malembe when they're dancing.
Tu peux traduire en même temps, Steph, si tu veux, ou je lui traduis.
Yeah, you translate, Michael.
Yeah, ok. Donc, en gros, il est originaire de la paroisse de Saint-Thomas, où les immigrants congolais sont arrivés dans le milieu du 19e siècle comme travailleurs illégaux, un peu comme en Guadeloupe et en Martinique. Ils ont gardé leur tradition congolaise qu'on appelle la tradition Kumina, et ils continuent à parler un patois, du moins un bongo talk. It's like
Bongo
that.
talk.
Bongo talk.
Yes.
Donc c'est un mélange de Kikongo et d'anglais. Et par exemple, j'ai envoyé, ils disent malembe pour dire bonjour.
Yeah, bonjour, or to say peace be with you, easy, cool now.
Ok.
Yeah.
Malembe qui veut dire doucement.
Yeah, ouais.
Can I just can I say one thing?
Yeah, vas-y.
Yeah, I'm still on the dictionary. Kumina, I mean, this is 1885. Kumina, to stop at making no further progress in what one is doing.
Exactly. This is exactly what I found.
So this is the original in yeah.
Mais I saw also Vumina.
Okay, I've never seen that.
No, Vumina, to honor.
Okay.
Vumina Nzambi, to honor God.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe, I don't know exactly. The Vumina or Kumina, Vumina to honor God, to honor maybe the ancestor. Je pense que Papa Batota peut pas me dire, je ne me trompe pas. C'est ça, Vumina.
Oui, Vumina, c'est ça.
Ouais.
Respecter, c'est ça.
Voilà.
Ah, ok.
Respect.
Vumina, yes, to respect, to praise.
On a le mot, juste aujourd'hui, on utilise avec les Congo, hein. Nous, on utilise souvent Vumi. C'est l'honneur, respect.
Okay, so Vumi is to honor, let's say to praise God.
Yeah, la peur dans le sens du respect. Donc.
Oui, la crainte, la sainte crainte.
La crainte, voilà, c'est ça.
J'ai entendu dernièrement Queen Imogen Kennedy. Donc la reine Imogen Kennedy, c'était la reine de la nation congolaise Kumina de Jamaïque. It was the Queen Mother of Kumina, I think. Queen Imogen, the last. Queen Imogen Kennedy. And she was spoken with someone, elle parlait avec quelqu'un, et la personne lui demandait de dire des mots en Kikongo.
Yes.
Someone said to the queen to ask some word in Kikongo. And I heard her. She said, donc, vous pouvez même écouter Dominique Batota et Papa Mpanzu. Elle disait, Kento wayenda wa sosanlangu.
Non, c'est pas vrai.
Kento wayenda wa sosanlangu.
Donne-moi l'enregistrement. C'est pas vrai.
I think Kento man. Yakala,
Wow.
woman.
Wow.
Kente
Donc,
Wadia Bolo.
Kento, c'est la femme.
Oui, Kente Wadia Bolo.
Wow.
What is the pure Kikongo?
Non, non.
Spoken. Yeah.
Imitable, hein? On parle hein, de la même façon.
Ouais.
Wow, wow.
So, can you translate it for people who are not speaking Kikongo?
Yeah. Donc, elle disait, Kento Wayenda Wasosa Langu. Je vais écrire.
Femme qui est partie chercher de l'eau. Hein?
Ouais, a woman, tu peux traduire en anglais si tu veux.
Ok, la femme qui est partie chercher de l'eau, genre à la rivière et tout ça là?
Yeah, c'est ça.
Ok,
Ouais.
so the story is that he watched, I mean something, and he saw the Queen Imogen, the last Queen Imogen of the Congolese community of Kumina in Jamaica.
Wow.
And that queen, a person asked the queen to say some words in Kikongo, and she said, Kento wayenda wasosa nlangu, which means
lady go and allez-y, allez chercher de l'eau. Voilà.
Okay.
Madame, allez-y, chercher
yes.
de l'eau. Allez, chercher de l'eau.
Mrs. Go and take water. Okay. So, which is a perfect sentence in Kikongo.
Now, same, no change.
No change.
No change at all.
That is many words are Kento girls, that's right, and Yakala men. This is the same term.
Langus, Loa, Congo, Brazza, Congo, Angola, Congo, Kinshasa, c'est langue.
Langu, okay.
Le pire King Congo.
Hello, Larissa, how are you? Hi.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, in France here, really night, almost.
Yes, I see someone I know, Miss Peart, BJ Peart.
Okay.
Where is she? I met her a few years ago in Treasure Beach. I'm from St. Thomas, by the way, in Jamaica. Okay. And the parish is I saw this on Facebook and I clicked that I was interested because I know a gentleman in a place called Old Pira. He says that he has Congolese ancestry. He calls himself Kahana.
Okay.
Right.
Donc,
yes.
I just wanted to translate before forgetting all your words. Sorry. Donc, elle, apparemment, elle vient vraiment de Saint Thomas et elle a déjà rencontré, en fait, Madame Peart il y a quelques années, en fait. Donc, apparemment, elle a déjà rencontré et puis elle a vu l'annonce par rapport à cette réunion et elle était très intéressée. Et c'est d'ailleurs par un ami, une connaissance qui aurait des ancêtres aussi Congo et qui se fait appeler Kayaba, Kayama? Kahana, sorry. Voilà, qui se fait appeler Kahana et donc elle a cliqué parce qu'elle était intéressée. I just wanted to translate. You can go ahead, sorry.
Okay. Yes, so I work with the Ministry of Tourism in Jamaica.
Je travaille avec le ministère du Tourisme en Jamaïque.
Actually, one of the agencies responsible for tourism product development. So I am also familiar. I work also closely with another group in St. Thomas that is planning to have a group, have an exchange with Congo, to have persons visit Congo and for Jamaicans, for some persons from Congo to come to Jamaica.
No left me out, no left me out.
Tu peux traduire,
okay, cool, oui. Yes. So, donc, elle dit qu'en fait, elle travaille très proche d'une agence qui s'occupe aussi du développement comme ça. Elle est très proche aussi, elle est active dans une association en fait ou un groupe de personnes qui veulent effectuer un voyage en fait au Congo et qui veulent établir ce pont aussi avec d'autres pour venir aussi en Jamaïque. Et donc, Madame Peart qui disait « Ne me laissez pas ».
Larissa.
Yes.
We want you and many, all Saint Thomas inhabitants in Congo next year. Okay?
Oh, what's happening there?
We have to change to share the email address to talk about.
Yes,
No
I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Ah là là, le
I
chat
had
est
a
disable.
piece of video that I needed because you were speaking about language, and I needed to find out how is his version now sounding to your ears there that know this naturally. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Just bear with me for a minute and tell me how we're hitting.
OK. Donc, elle dit qu'elle va partager avec nous une vidéo parce que vraiment, par rapport à l'accent, elle veut vraiment qu'on puisse lui dire, s'il vous plaît.
All right. We are Willanga Toto.
Willanga Toto. Young,
That means
young Kunku picnic.
we are going to leave.
We are going Toto.
So you're going to leave kind of your Jerry in bed. More light than in bed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Busters, one shot. Give thanks, sir. Yeah, you can't buy that one there.
No.
When I said that, when in my program for translation, yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't buy that one, no, sir.
No.
Fast forward.
Yes.
No, I'm sitting in the Bawila.
The
Bawila.
Here, yeah.
Bawila. Wow.
If you ever ask where the Congo them there.
I got, you know, I have to put some of these to Baulo. Baulo is the car, the vehicle, Baulo. Yeah, it speaks some transportation, chariot. You know, it speaks something far more powerful than...
All right, suppose me look at you and say, Yuvumo Jala.
Yuvumo Jala. I think that means you're right or something.
Are you hungry?
Oh.
Yuvumo.
Yuvumo.
Ah, le ventre.
Okay.
Yuvumo Jala.
To be hungry.
Mais je crois qu'il dit Nzala.
Nzala, c'est la faim.
Mambo.
Yo. Okay. Is any of that hitting anywhere? Is any of that hitting? Okay.
Very good. That was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. And that was in Jamaica? You shot it in Jamaica. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vumu Nzala, donc Vumu, Mrs. BJ. Vumu, le ventre,
is the stomach. Is the stomach. Okay. And
Nzala
Nzala is hungry.
Hungry.
Trust me, there's more of that because I could between him and others, because it's the elders. It's the elders that you have to go to for the language. There are one or two young folks who know it, but like I said, adaptation in terms of occasion. So they've had to use today's English words or patois within the same rhythms because occasions are different. If you're going per se for a dead yard for an elder, you can get away with speaking in Kikongo and Kromanti. When you're going for a dead yard or a birthday party or just a celebration, the words change in difference.
Et donc, en fait, elle dit que vraiment, pour écouter ces mots encore Kikongo, il faut aller vers les vieilles personnes. Ce sont vraiment les anciens qui vont pouvoir encore garder cela. Les anciens, après, tout dépend aussi des occasions. Quand on va aller à un anniversaire, on peut rencontrer des anciens qui vont parler là de... Je pense qu'il y a le Kromanti.
Kromanti, c'est Ashanti, Ghana.
Voilà.
Ghana.
Et puis le Kikongo. Et puis à une autre occasion, ce sera par exemple, autre chose aussi. Mais c'est surtout les anciens qui vont être les dépositaires de cette langue-là. Aujourd'hui, beaucoup de personnes vont mélanger l'anglais même d'ailleurs, quand ils vont essayer de se l'approprier.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Before I forget, Larissa and other brothers and sisters, Malongi Magi Congo is not my name. This is my channel. I teach Kikongo online. Now, if you can take notes, on YouTube, Malongi Magi Congo. Yeah, go ahead, sisters.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
He's a Kikongo's professor, Malongi Magi Congo. Okay. And other things, I saw many words, Kikongo words in Jamaican, like Dundu.
Mm-hmm.
Albinos, no?
Dundu in Kikongo, it's albinos.
In Jamaican patois, that'd be Dundus.
Dundus, okay, Dundus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh.
albinos in Kikongo.
Like Miss Lou said, we mix up and we blend up well.
Albino?
Yeah.
Mm. And other words like a song of Bob Marley, Buzz Them Payaka. Payaka. I heard Payaka.
Nigel, what Nigel brain there?
No, I thought
Payaka
it's a common word.
Payaka.
Payaka is, as I read in the Jamaican dictionary, is the same meaning. Payaka Kikongo and Payaka Jamaican. Payaka Kikongo, Piaka, to disease.
Mm-hmm.
As I know in Jamaican, it's to dishonest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then when Mali said Kaya, Kaya is leaf. Kaya in Kikongo, leaf. Lukaya,
I know. Ben, I wanted to thank you for your work because my head is not wrapped around the I like being on the ground, and I love the fact that I can look at academic works which support me running around on the ground with the dancers and the drummers and everything else, because I need people to visually and spiritually feel the dots as they're connecting across the diaspora.
Tu peux traduire, Esther?
Oui, en fait, Eddie, elle veut déjà vous remercier pour le travail que vous faites, parce que vraiment, elle peut, on va dire quoi, elle peut vraiment le vivre, en fait. Et puis, ce qu'elle voudrait, c'est que quand il y a les danseurs, apparemment, sur la piste, que l'on puisse ressentir vraiment avec aussi d'autres yeux une certaine connexion qui touche toute la diaspora.
OK. Just one question. The chat is c'est toujours enabled. Disable the chat.
Yeah, it's still disabled.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very, very.
We got links for days. No, it's just cool because a lot of times when you look at those who have studied the ethnomusicology of Jamaica, it's not always those who are of or from the diaspora. So the knowledge does not necessarily trickle back within the diaspora. And you have other people, other groups becoming, it's like how somebody owns the entire early catalog of reggae. Somebody else owns the history. And I'm glad that Ben allows us to retain the narrative, control the narrative of how the story is told. He's got it up there, I got it street level, we get to meet in between.
Bon, alors, le nom de la personne en question, c'est Ben, je sais plus trop, Ben. La personne qui aurait bien retranscrit, Ben, enfin, bref. Donc, de ce que j'ai retenu, c'est que elle est très contente, en fait, de ce genre de choses parce que, au moins, ce sont des personnes qui peuvent vraiment bien retranscrire, en réalité, toute la mouvance que font ressortir ces danses-là et ces chants. C'est-à-dire qu'elle a souvent vu des personnes qui venaient aussi de loin ou qui n'avaient forcément rien à voir avec eux, là, ou avec nous, on va dire, travailler sur la musique jamaïcaine comme ça, ou même le reggae, mais ça ne ressort pas bien, ça ne fait pas ressortir vraiment toute la quintessence, en fait, de ce que c'est même, ce qu'on voudrait faire ressortir de là. Et elle disait, c'est pour ça que j'aime bien ce que Ben, en fait, il y a un nom, il y a une personne qui a bien fait les choses, voilà, qui aurait bien fait les choses, mais je suis le nom de la personne ou de qui a pu le faire, je n'ai pas retenu. Mais en tout cas, c'est que quand c'est nous-mêmes qui le faisons, on a nous, la diaspora, en fait, on a, comment on va dire, on est beaucoup plus légitime, en fait, parce qu'on arrive à mieux faire ressortir vraiment la quintessence de ce qu'est réellement la musique, la danse.
Ban.
Yes, Michael.
Je vais partager ton livre. I'm going to share your book in the chat.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Tata Michael, I'm sorry, je dois quitter maintenant.
Okay.
Larissa, can you take note, please? I need to get you need to get in touch. That's my Malongi Magikong is my YouTube channel, yeah.
Okay, that's Malongi Kikongo.
Magikong, yeah. This is right as it is exactly. I teach American. I have a Kikongo for English speaking, French speaking. On Sundays, my American, so English speaking. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. See you.
Thank you. I'll check it out.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
Larissa.
Hi. How are you?
About. Elsa Pass, you like done? I know you're on the hurricane watch.
It's not bad, you know. It's not treating me badly. Others not so fortunate. There's a lot of flooding. But fortunately, I haven't heard of any loss of lives. So
that's good.
There's that. But we have severe flooding across several parishes.
Yeah.
Ok, je vais partager le livre. Comme ça, ça va...
Can I clarify a question?
Yeah, sure, you can.
Your trip to the Congolese, well, the persons from St. Thomas that you'll be taking to Congo, will that be on Zoom too?
Oh, sorry, I won't be taking anybody to the Congo. Actually, I work with, so my portfolio is community tourism. I work with TPDCO. And I'm promoting community tourism in St. Thomas, all over Jamaica. And there are a couple of persons in St. Thomas. So one of these groups, the St. Thomas Renaissance Foundation, they're in discussions with a group from the Congo, and they're organizing an exchange.
Okay.
So they're planning for Jamaicans to go and share certain cultural aspects such as Bami.
Please, Larissa, hold on a second. We're gonna translate you.
Oh,
yes, that a lot
way too fast
to remember. So, elle dit que elle est, en fait, elle sait pas qu'elle va emmener tout le monde au Congo, hein. Elle travaille en fait à promouvoir du tourisme communautaire. Donc, il y a plusieurs groupes et dont un groupe en fait qui est en contact avec un groupe qui est au Congo. Et donc, ce groupe qui est au Congo et ce groupe qui est là-bas à Saint-Thomas, parce qu'elle promeut le tourisme communautaire à Saint-Thomas, mais dans toute la Jamaïque. Donc, ces deux groupes-là ont établi un échange, un programme d'échange. Donc, le groupe de Saint-Thomas ou de la Jamaïque va aller au Congo pour partager, prendre connaissance de certains éléments culturels. Et puis, le groupe du Congo aussi fera de même. Voilà.
Okay, donc Larissa, your group in Congo is Congo DRC, Brazzaville, or Kinshasa or Brazzaville? Do you know?
I don't know. What I can do is I can speak with the coordinator. Her name is Janet Harrison Cousins. She's the Jamaican person working with the people from the Congo. And I can speak with her. If I can get your contact, I was going to send you my email address, but the chat is disabled. So if you could share your email address, I could share it with her for you guys to have dialogue.
Donc, en fait,
me want in the red, me want in the red.
I want to be in the red.
Okay.
This is my email address. Because we are working also in the tourism in Central Africa, donc both Congo, Angola, and Gabon. Donc, so it will be a pleasure to work with you also, with Jamaican also. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Remember, I just want to say, Larissa, that remember that the Chilani, Congolese in Chilani, Istanbul.
We speak a lot about the St. Thomas Congolese, but we always forget the Trelawney group, and we don't.
Well, you know, I'm learning because it was just a few years ago that I, since starting this job, that I realized that persons in St. Thomas actually claimed lineage from the Congo, like 3 years ago. Right. So the Trelawney one is still, that's new for me too. But it's something that our heritage unit at TPDCO would know something about, and we want to explore connections with the you know, the Afro-Indigenous aspects of our culture and the African retention. And you know, Jamaica has a number of organizations that cater to that. For example, the African Caribbean, there's a memory bank in Jamaica. There's another institute that looks at the Afro-Caribbean, you know, connections. They're within the Ministry of Culture.
Tu peux traduire un peu ou pas? Ça va?
Oui, bon, c'est vrai que ça fait beaucoup. Je vais essayer de résumer.
Oui, tu peux.
En fait, la Jamaïque est déjà, en fait, comment on va dire, travaille déjà depuis longtemps sur cette ouverture, établir ce pont de connexion avec le Congo. Hein. Il y a quand même une banque en tout cas de données, je pense. Bank, yes. What bank? Sorry?
Memory.
Voilà, une banque de mémoire. Et puis, ils ont plusieurs activités, en fait, qui permettent déjà d'établir le pont avec le Congo, mais surtout l'Afrique, d'après ce que j'ai compris. Et là, on a été coupé. En fait, c'est pour ça que c'est vraiment mieux d'aller, comment on va dire, paragraphe à paragraphe. Quand ça fait plusieurs paragraphes, on oublie des choses.
Je comprends, ouais. C'est pas
Larissa,
évident.
what were you going to say after BAMI? You said you were starting with BAMI and what?
Oh, yes. So from the conversation, I know one of our artists, he's, you may know him, his name is Melanin.
Ok, donc Madame Peart a dit, et par rapport à BAMI, qu'est-ce que vous aviez dit tout à l'heure, parce que vous parliez en fait de BAMI, et donc là, Madame Larissa est en train de répondre en disant que oui, ben, il y a un artiste déjà que vous connaissez qui s'appelle Mélanie, and?
So he would be from, I don't know if the plans have changed, but a few months ago when we spoke, the plan was for him to be at, I think, a university. Probably in Kinshasa, to teach some art forms, and the persons from the Congo would share some indigenous knowledge with us in Jamaica.
Ok, donc en fait, le plan, ils ont parlé il y a plusieurs mois déjà. Le plan est que cet artiste-là puisse aller au Congo-Kinshasa, en fait, enseigner déjà là-bas l'art, en fait. Et puis, ce sera une occasion, effectivement, d'en apprendre encore plus sur des savoirs indigènes culturels.
D'accord, OK.
So what I will do is share your email address, Michael, with the coordinator here in Jamaica.
Donc, je vais partager ton adresse à la coordinatrice ici en Jamaïque.
OK. But send me your email also, okay?
Yeah, will do.
I'm going to share you your WhatsApp. And I want to talk about another thing about Kumina Nation.
Donc, je voudrais parler d'autre chose ici par rapport à la nation Kumina.
As I know, there is many nations in Kumina.
Comme je le sais, il y a beaucoup de nations dans le Kumina.
I saw Machundi, Mondongo, Munyaka, Mumbaka.
J'ai vu.
I don't know if someone can help me, but is it right, or do you know something about this term?
Je ne sais pas si quelqu'un peut m'aider, mais j'ai entendu plusieurs noms comme Matondo. Bref, des noms qui rappellent vraiment le Kikongo.
Mrs. PG or no?
Let me see if he's in the list.
The Machundi, you know, Machundi is Musundi.
Le Machundi, en fait, c'est la langue Nsudi.
C'est les Musundi.
Ah,
Mais
c'est
with the English
le
accent.
Sundi.
You know?
Je suis Sundi.
He is Sundi, the Batota.
J'ai besoin de vous, hein, Papa Batota, alors.
Those are dance steps.
Je suis Sundi de Mpangala.
Okay, he is Sundi from Pangala. Donc,
de Mpangala.
I saw Moyenge, I saw many terms like that. But when a Congolese see that, he can understand. But you, maybe you don't understand exactly. Masundi, Moyenge, Muyaka, you know.
Oh. Hubert Devenish, can you speak to that?
Hello?
Hello? No, I just tuned in and I'm trying to follow the discussion. No, I'm like totally blank, just listening.
Well, he's asking if you have ever bumped into those words, because we're looking at Kumina, and he's wondering if in Jamaica, if we are familiar with those words, Congolese words.
Okay, no, I mean, it doesn't at this moment ring a bell, but how I would do that would be to check the list of there is a list that was done by Hazel Carter of the Kikongo words in Kumina, right? And there's an extensive list. So that kind of thing would have to be followed up by checking, right, the existing list that exists in order to give a sensible answer, a good response.
Tu peux, hello Hubert,
allô, ça va? Bon.
Oui, donc il faut travailler. C'est bien.
Bon, d'accord.
Vous parlez français?
Mais oui, avec l'accent, ça se sent quand même.
Ok.
Bon, d'accord.
Ok, d'accord. No problème. Ok, donc oui, comme je disais, quand on voit ces termes-là, Machundi, Mondongo, Moyenge, Muyaka ou Mumbaka, pour un Congolais, il comprend. When a Congolese see Machundi, Mondongo, Moyenge, he can understand approximately the region in Congo, you know?
Like it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's familiar, yeah. Okay.
It sounds familiar.
Michael, someone said that these are actually dance moves in Jamaica. These are names of dances in Jamaica. Someone said that. I don't know who it was.
It must be Kumina moves, but not
not mainstream.
Right. Must be Kumina.
Donc ce serait des pas de danse?
That's what I just heard from someone.
Because when I look at Madongo, I'm thinking of Mofongo, and that's when we got to go to the Dominican Republic. See, one of my other things using the connected dots across the diaspora are things like what we make bami from, you know, that yucca measure in another island, that and plantain and the coconut. Because you find, you follow those foods, you get the rhythms, because there's certain things that we need in the practice.
Mm-hmm. Tu as entendu ou pas? Ça va?
Oui, en fait, j'ai pas de souci, j'ai juste reçu un SMS, je répondrai rapidement.
Ça va aller?
Désolée. Non, ça va très bien, c'est juste que j'ai pas suivi, désolée.
Mrs. VG, please, could you repeat, please?
I'm sorry, I was talking too fast. No, it's like when I was saying, when I look at the word mondongo.
Quand elle écoute, quand elle voit le terme mondongo.
Okay, I think mofongo.
Elle pense à mofongo.
Okay. Depending on which island you go.
Dépendamment de l'île dans laquelle tu pars.
Mofongo.
Afongo, mofongo.
Based around the plantain.
Oh. Plantain, okay, banane plantain.
Ah, la banane plantain.
The ways in creating the plantain.
Okay.
When you take the time, and I've had the opportunity to go to Ecuador.
Si, voilà, quand vous prenez le temps, et moi j'ai eu la possibilité d'aller à l'Équateur, bon, elle, hein, pas moi. Je
5%.
5%.
5% of the population is African descendant.
5% de la population de l'Équateur, ce sont des afro-descendants.
In the entire country.
Dans tout le pays.
5%.
5%.
but the rhythms.
Le rythme, ok. Ouais.
Mais le rythme,
Rhythms you will find are the same.
c'est le même.
They're in marimba.
Dans le maringa.
Marimba.
Donc, ça doit être une danse marimba.
In marimba.
Mm-hmm.
The instruments may look different, but
les instruments peuvent paraître différents, mais le rythme est le même.
Oh, madame, je trouvais c'est la même chose au Cuba.
À Cuba.
I found it was the same thing in Cuba.
Oui, tout à fait.
I take it to the Low Country.
Where?
I found the same thing in Mexico as well. So in Mexico, they use a lot of Bantu language with Spanish.
Yes.
So for example, they use the word bemba. So bemba, ça veut dire lèvres, lips.
Yeah.
Ok, d'accord.
And remember, you have a whole Mexican Caribbean.
De mbebo en lingala, mbebo, c'est les lèvres.
Ouais. You know, selon les Mexicains, les Afro-descendants. Also, they have place names like Yanga. Yanga is a...
Yeah, Yanga Gaspar.
Yanga Gaspar.
Yeah, the resistant.
So I went to the town of Yanga.
Salvador.
In Mexico, I think it's in Veracruz, the state of Veracruz.
Veracruz.
And you have a lot of people who look just like us today.
Ok, à Salvador, la ville en fait de Veracruz, en fait, je sais pas, des fois ils appellent Salvador. Veracruz, en fait, la ville où il y a même une statue de Gaspar Yanga là-bas, le résistant, il a résisté pendant plus de 30 ans à l'armée espagnole. Donc là-bas, il dit en fait qu'il a vu des personnes qui nous ressemblent, vraiment. Et pour commencer, il disait que même en Mexique, en fait, les rythmes de la musique, il retrouvait aussi les nôtres, en fait, nos notes.
We all are one.
Really and truly, yeah.
There was, because I work on the Middle Passage Remembrance Program, which happens the second Saturday in June annually.
Okay.
And you had an elder who said simply, if we take, it's funny because the scholarship is there in doctoral studies. It's the information that we require is locked away in French, Spanish, Portuguese, German, and Dutch.
Tu peux traduire, Esther?
Il y a quelque chose qui est vraiment dommage. Avant, elle travaillait dans un programme et elle dit ici que, par exemple, pour les doctorants, qui pouvaient même avoir une bourse, en fait, mais eux, les documents, où ils cherchaient le savoir, en général, c'était en français, en allemand et en espagnol. Donc, pour faire ressortir la barrière de la langue, en fait. Quand il fallait travailler sur des documents vraiment qui peuvent nous concerner, là, c'est ça, la difficulté, la barrière de la langue.
Yeah. You know, just imagine. Because I know that Kikongo didn't just leave as indentured. There were other sets that left before in terms of the Congo. And that's why at times I get a little confused in America, like they just did High on the Hog and they went from mainland Africa and jumped straight to America. And I'm like, there's this whole stretch in between because that's where our cousins are.
Okay, Esther, vas-y.
Oui, en fait, oui, je vais essayer de traduire. Donc, elle dit, elle se dit justement que quand on voit en fait tout le parcours qui a été fait, d'accord, ça n'a pas été direct forcément. Et la langue n'est pas partie comme ça d'un coup non plus en fait. Et on est aussi sûr que même ceux qui nous prenaient, en fait, ils n'ont pas fait de trajet, comme on dit, direct. Donc, en fait, tout ce qu'il y a au milieu là, hein, c'est où on aurait en fait des cousins, des parents en fait.
OK. I heard a song from Comina Players. Donc, j'ai entendu un son.
J'ai écouté une chanson.
Voilà, excuse-moi. Vas-y, j'ai entendu.
J'ai écouté une chanson Comina.
Et cette chanson parle de Manoka.
And that song speaks about Manoka.
Et ce que je sais, c'est que Manoka,
And what I know is that Manoka.
Écoutez bien tous les Congolais qui sont là. Manoka Mvula. C'était un faiseur de pluie.
Okay, listen to you all, my Congolese guy here. Manoka Mvula was a rainmaker.
Because this is the meaning in Kikongo.
This is c'est le sens, la signification en Kikongo.
Et Manoka, j'entendais il chantait une chanson comme ça. Apparemment, c'était un Congo, un de leurs ancêtres, qui apparemment était un rainmaker.
Okay, apparently it was maybe a Congolese ancestor who was a rainmaker.
Interesting.
Yeah, but you have to know that Mvula from the equator in Africa until South Africa means rain. It's one of the popular Bantu word that is similar from all from the center of Africa to South Africa. Mvula is the rain. Alors, je disais juste qu'en fait, Mvula, c'est la même chose du centre de l'Afrique, là où il y a l'équateur, jusqu'en bas dans notre Australie, donc l'Afrique du Sud. Mvula, c'est la pluie, en fait.
I heard also King Zombie. There is Zombie also in Kumina, no? Zombie?
Bon, j'ai aussi entendu Zombie en Kumina, roi Zombie ou Jambi, un son similaire.
Zombie, yeah. Zombie is
Jombe is more so Jonkanu.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Zombie.
Jonkanu.
On the stilt walkers. Think Trinidad and Tobago. Jamaica still has them, but you know that's a lot.
Ok, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Apparemment, c'est similaire au Trinidad et Tobago. Ils ont un carnaval qui s'appelle le John Canoe. Et là-bas, c'est des danses avec des échasses. Et ces danses avec des échasses, ils s'appellent les Jombi.
D'accord.
Les Jombi, ouais. Moko Jombi.
Yes, Moko Jombi.
Moko Jombi, ouais.
There you go. There you go. I'm trying to find the song that you were looking for, Manuka.
J'essaye de trouver le son dont tu parlais, Manuka.
Oui, c'est très courant.
I'm not gonna lie. There is, because I attended so many Kuminas, there is what I can find, and I was hoping he would show up. Gabble Jr. Wedderburn, who is from St. Thomas, who is an international percussionist who hosts or presents Tambu Fest every year. And that happens in July in St. Thomas. COVID took it out last year. It didn't happen this year. And because I miss it that much, I've been just dumping my videos. But they say it will come back in 2022. He has done a CD because the event that I recorded had a University of Pennsylvania was doing an audio recording. So I'm gonna send you the link and then you can hear these songs that you're talking about in a pure audio recording.
Voilà, donc elle va envoyer le lien et tu vas pouvoir écouter en fait le son dont tu parles dans un pur audio en fait, pur stéréo. Parce que apparemment l'université de Pennsylvanie l'avait enregistré et puis donc elle va te donner ça. Il y a d'ailleurs un festival en fait, mais ce festival-là aurait pu nous aider, mais il n'a pas eu lieu à cause du Covid l'année passée. Mais apparemment ils vont revenir en 2022. Donc bon, voilà.
We need all the sentences or Kumina songs or Dingi mini songs or Tambu songs to translate it, because it's very important for Congolese also to know more about the language, the Congolese language in Kumina or in Jamaica. Donc on a vraiment besoin nous d'avoir ces traductions, d'avoir ces chants pour pouvoir les traduire. C'est très important pour nous aussi au niveau de notre culture de savoir tout ce qui se passe au niveau des des Congos de la Jamaïque, enfin, du moins ceux qui ont gardé les traditions Congo au niveau de la Jamaïque. Voilà.
I have some that were done. I was able to, over the course of the past 2 years, spend nearly a year on the island with the focus on the drum, or even access to people who are right there with the drummers. That sounds like Manchineel.
That's Tambo. That's Tambo from Wakefield, Trelawney.
Ça, c'est le tombeau de
Wakefield.
Lingering echo of Tamboyaya is only one of the engaging elements of this traditional dance form that emerges out of the parish of Trelawney. The songs associated with the dance are often expressions of grief, but the sharp contrast
Yes, we can't see it.
by the drum is the ingredient that gives rise to the
No. I wanted to see if I could share it on.
What a song.
Here. I was just giving you the sound, but you can continue. Let me just see if I can get it up. All right. Sometimes.
I got it.
Yeah, you have it?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get it.
Donc le tambou, pour résumer à ceux qui ne savent pas, le tambou c'est dans la région de Wakefield en Jamaïque, à côté de Congo Town.
Echo of Tamboyaya. The lingering echo of Tamboyaya is only one of the engaging elements of this traditional dance form that emerges out of the parish of Trelawney. The songs associated with the dance are often expressions of grief. Is the ingredient that gives rise to the Tambo dance. Is the ingredient that gives rise to the Tambo dance.
Okay.
This one will be the Sheshe Bar and Shake.
Oh, you were still hearing mine. I'm sorry. I thought we were listening to his.
No, put yours. I thought share yours.
Okay, so it's most with the drums.
Yes.
Because they got the fourth.
In order to go this way, it's from Mabumba, the bar, the shake.
This is what provides for an unforgettable blend of intangible experiences. Tambo, like many other traditional intangible assets, is seeing creative reinterpretation of the dance form through contemporary and performance-based infusions. In Wakefield, Trelawney, the balance is being struck, with the older generation keen on the transmission of knowledge and the skills involving Tambo.
No, you see, when you dance, you spread your leg too wide. Yeah. You in front, you part. You know? Give a little piece. Give a little piece. All right. So when you do this, you know, go down. Right. That's the move. You know, you're not spread. No, you're not spread it too wide. Yeah.
Tambo may not be as vibrant as when it first appeared as fresh.
Okay. Wow, mais For me, it's simply a Congo dance. Congo, it's the same dance.
Now I need to give you something from like 2 months ago, and then you'll see that it's still the same.
And I think, Minnie, that you wanted to present.
Okay, that was Great Huts, January 2020. All right, give me a second. January 2020.
But Michael, are you saying that the drum beat that he was showing, you get that back home?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Il demande si est-ce que les drums là que tu as vu, donc les tam-tams là, les instruments de musique, est-ce que c'est aussi la même chose que tu as dans ton pays?
Oui, c'est un type aussi.
Yes, it's a type of what we have.
Yeah. Je sais pas comment.
We have a lot of types, and it's one of different types that we have.
Ouais. Il faut que peut-être Papa Batota il explique la différence entre les Ngoma Ntela si c'est et les temps quand on joue debout et quand on joue assis. Parce que
okay, there is a difference. Maybe Papa Batota can explain, but it will be hard because there is different type of drums for people who are playing when they are sitting down and those who are standing. So, yes.
Bon, j'avoue que je ne suis pas trop spécialiste.
Okay,
hein.
Papa
Bon,
Batota
que...
said, I'm not that much specialist.
Mais est-il que dans la tradition, nous avons toujours les deux grands tam-tams, il y a ce qu'on appelle le ngouri, hein, le son il est un peu plus grave, et puis il y a l'autre qui a un son un peu plus aigu, et un peu plus aigu. Et souvent, le plus gros, on le joue assis. Moi, je me dis, c'est peut-être compte tenu du volume, hein, il est assez costaud et le son, il est très, très grave et il porte très loin. Alors que l'autre, il est un peu plus léger. À ce moment-là, on peut peut-être le soulever. Mais j'avoue que ce n'est pas un avis de spécialiste. C'est juste par observation.
Okay, what he knows is that there are wuri. Ok, Wuri drum. Et l'autre, c'était quoi encore le nom de l'autre tam-tam?
Wuri, c'est le Mother, hein? Bon, la maman.
Ok,
Ngudi. Il y a un dialogue entre la maman et les autres tam-tams. Voilà.
Ah, ok, d'accord. Ok, so if you want, the picture is this. You have the big drum, which name is Mother. Okay, the Ngudi. And you have the others, and the mother is making a conversation with the others.
Improvisation. Good improvisation. Okay.
So generally the one which is played sitting down has comment on peut dire un son grave. It's like loud. It's a loud sound. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And the one that they play when they are standing is more light. Let's say really pitchy. You say?
Yes.
Treble.
High pitched sound.
Right.
We adapted. Remember, as we went from place to place, like Charleston, South Carolina, the drums were outlawed.
Yeah.
So they adapted with their feet, with their hands, with the stick.
Ok, donc elle raconte un souvenir quand elle était en Californie,
Caroline du Sud.
Caroline, en Caroline, voilà. Elle se souvient que les gens avaient dû apparemment faire une adaptation avec leur taille, leurs mains, tout ça, leurs pieds pour jouer au tam-tam.
Yeah, island to island, you make use of what you could get.
We use the word pinned up for peanuts too. That was that was common in Jamaica, like up to the 60s.
Okay.
Let me see if this rings a bell.
Elle va voir comment ça résonne en fait. On va voir.
Cultural retention.
That is Tambo.
That was from the Manchester Cultural Group, but I'm saying, how's that for cultural retention in terms of movement? You spoke of couples dance.
Ok, donc elle fait ça juste pour qu'on puisse voir très bien comment ils ont retenu en fait une partie de la culture au travers des mouvements de danse.
Can I say something about the drums that Batota was talking about? In Kumina, in Jamaican Kumina, you have something called the Kumina Bands, and the bands is a word derived from I believe the Kikongo term Mbanza, and in the Kumina Bands you have a male drum, which is called the Mbandu, or the Bandu drum, and it's a deep bass drum. And this faces the smaller treble drum called a kias. So you have the male and female duality within the center of Kumina, of the Kumina play. So you see, so this goes back to, I believe, Kikongo cosmology.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can translate, Esther.
Esther, ça va?
Yeah. Il est en train de dire en fait que dans le Kumina, ce qu'il sait, c'est qu'il y a dans les instruments de musique, en fait, il y a apparemment une sorte de tam-tam qui lui serait l'homme et une autre sorte qui serait femme. Donc, il pense qu'en fait, c'est une émanation de la cosmogonie Congo. And I was looking for a term, the right term in English to say entité, because one of my teacher into the Bantu Academy, he said that dances for us Bantu are an emanation, okay, of gods, let's say, of entity. C'est ce terme que je suis en train de chercher. He said, so he is the one who has the knowledge about, cosmogony, this and that, okay, because we are preparing a Facebook Live about dance. Where does it come from? Why do we dance like this? Why this tribe dance like this? And apparently for him, it's according to the god or to the beliefs of that clan, tribe, or ethnic, if you want. So it's when you meet that divinity, okay, that God, okay, that he lives in you. It's an emanation of his power, okay. So let me just find the right word of emanation. Émanation.
Donc, en gros, si je peux te traduire, c'est que, en fait, d'après les cours que tu reçois en ce moment pour les Français, on vous explique que les danses bantoues, ou les danses africaines en général, sont des émanations d'entités C'est ça.
Alors, c'est pas moi qui fais le cours, c'est l'un de mes
La personne,
profs.
vous l'appelez le professeur, c'est ça que je dis. Ouais.
Oh, OK, j'ai trouvé donc le bon terme. So, it's an emanation of being
Yeah.
or entity or
Yeah.
entity, okay, that decided to have, let's say, a contract or partnership with the tribe. So generally the entity are according to a territory. When we left Eastern Africa part for Western Africa, okay, we made some pact, if you want, with some divinities, okay? And when you come to in our legend, if you want to cross the river, you will see, for example, people saying that, oh, in our history, we crossed this river on a crocodile back, for example. But this thing didn't happen like that. They have their ceremonies, things, and generally they call their gods, let's say, or the one the pygmy was adoring at that time. And then when the spirit decide to show up, it's generally a habit. It's revealed and enter in the body of the people over there, and it decide to possess them. And after that dance, that movement become their dance, if you want. It's like that. So during all the migration, they will keep that dance because it's like a souvenir or remembrance of the spirit that helped them into their migration way, let's say, or travel. Okay. So that can explain why certain people are really comment je peux dire ça? They decide to keep their dance according. You cannot touch their dance because it's a spiritual stuff. You cannot touch to their dance. You cannot touch to their music because into their collective conscience, it's coming from far, and that thing protect them, protect their identity, which is now an alliance and a contract, a partnership with the divinity or the spirit that reveal to them which comment dire habiter, which habits into them. Attendez.
That's right.
Okay. You just broke down how the Orisha moves across South America and up through the West Indies and onto America.
Yeah, that the spirit that lives into them, into their memory, and that's why they cannot change their movement, because it's also a spiritual thing to dance, to use some movement. It expresses things. That's
alors, excusez-moi, là on va bientôt clôturer l'émission. On va bientôt clôturer d'ici 10 minutes. Donc,
on va laisser Ban qui voulait dire quelque chose, peut-être.
Donc, comme Ban était là.
What you said is very similar in Kumina, as I've experienced and witnessed. You know, when people are dancing around the Kumina bands, there comes a time when they are receptive to the spirit, and the spirit will enter somebody, and that person may do something like climb a tree upside down, or they may come back down the tree in another, you know, all sorts of things happen. So it's all to do with, as you said, this communication with the ancestral spirit. So it's the same thing. It's very much the same. In Jamaica, they call it Mayal. M-Y-A-L.
Mial. Okay.
Okay. So that's why you can see, for example, in Africa, when someone was sick, for example.
Quand quelqu'un est malade.
Yeah, they brought him to the. It's not let's say a traditional doctor. What they can do generally, they sing a lot, they sing, and
en
then
général,
they dance.
Le médecin traditionnel, il va chanter pour guérir tenter de guérir en fait la personne qui est malade.
Yeah. To heal, Michael, heal.
To heal. Okay.
Yeah.
And then in order to heal that person, they will ask him to do some movements.
Yeah.
And the person who is sick should dance also. And they said that in order you to heal, you have to dance because the spirit will come and then to heal you totally from the bad thing which lives in you, for example. And dancing was also a part of healing process. Okay, it was a part of healing process. It was a part of living an experience or having an answer generally. So all traditional ceremonies, it was about dancing. And into my tribe, for example, into the highest spirituality, let's say brotherhood. People dance naked, for example. It's only men that dance naked because their spirit, that spirit said that you come to me without anything and I will reveal myself to you and you will dance for me. And it's like burning. So they compare, for example, dancing as when you are making fire. So when you are making fire, so you try, imagine just in the village in ancient time, you're trying to burn something to make fire, okay? And when you are dancing, you are also trying to be on fire. And once
for you.
Yeah, and then after you are on fire, and then you can be, it's a good spiritual bridge for you.
That's St. Thomas.
Yes.
I
jumped to
St. Thomas, definitely. I can recognize that. Yeah, recognize the beat, man, definitely.
Écoutez, en fait, ce que je vous propose, parce que là, en fait, on va devoir vraiment, je vais malheureusement devoir couper, mais on pourra encore parler peut-être 5-10 minutes ensemble pour éviter que je puisse, parce que il y a pas mal de soucis techniques aujourd'hui. Donc, je vais devoir quand même clôturer la réunion et on pourra clôturer en parlant ensemble 10 minutes parce qu'il y a vraiment énormément de choses à se dire. On a passé vraiment une soirée extraordinaire. It was a very amazing night. Donc, so vraiment, thank you, Larissa. Thank you, Joseph, everybody. I salute Mireille, Sabine, Papa Batota, everybody, Ben. You know, donc, so it's very, very amazing. It will be recorded, and we will share it in our YouTube channel. And I think it's not the last time we are together. Nous devons vraiment faire une autre réunion beaucoup plus approfondie.
We gotta do this again.
We really need to do this again in order to go deeply and far, the farthest we can.
Ok. Donc merci à tout le monde. On va rester 5 à 10 minutes encore et on va terminer la réunion.
Matondo.
Ok. Matondo. Bye. Ok.
Bye bye. Work good.